Couple forced to sit next to dead body on plane for 4 hours after woman dies mid-flight. Jesus. That is messed up. But, if you think about it, she didn't snore. She didn't hug the armrest. She actually sounds like the perfect person to sit next to on a flight. And besides, she did already pay for the ticket. What the f*** is up, Internet? Welcome to the channel, and thank you for checking out this episode of Crazy Ass News. The whole idea behind this series is that I scour the internet for crazy, recent, under-the-radar news stories that I don't know anything about. Then I pick articles based solely on their headlines and read through them while talking shit the whole time. A married couple said they were forced to sit next to a dead woman's body for 4 hours on a flight from Australia to Qatar. Jesus, man. That is kind of fucked up. But then again, like, what is the protocol? What do you do if somebody dies on a plane or on a cruise? I mean, on a cruise, it's a little bit different because they probably have, like, a medical bay or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just thinking of the Love Boat when they had, like, a doctor on board. I don't know if that's, like, the normal routine. But on a plane, they really don't have anywhere to stuff her. I mean, you don't want to put her in a bathroom. You don't really want her around the food where they're making the refreshments and shit. You can't put her in the cockpit. Strap her in. I mean, maybe if the plane, I don't know if the plane was packed. If the plane's not packed, maybe you can find a spot for her somewhere else. I don't know. I don't know what the protocol is. Jesus. Mitchell Ring and Jennifer Collin were on a Qatar Airways flight from Melbourne to Doha, the Qatari capital, last week. About 10 hours into the flight, a woman exited the restroom, collapsed, and died in front of them. Oh my God, can you imagine? 10 hours into a flight? Some random woman comes back from the bathroom and just dies next to you? You're probably watching like Rush Hour 2 or something. You're like snacking on fucking peanuts and you're just like, what the? I mean, dude, I would be in shock. I've never seen a dead body, let alone like one while you're like however many thousand feet in the fucking air, zipping at however many miles an hour you are. Just like it's like a remote, you're like in a remote location. Like you can't just call 911 if you find a body up there. You just call the stewardess. I don't know if that's what they call them, flight ladies. I don't know what they call them anymore, but you just hit the buzzer. Ma'am, this lady just fucking died. There wasn't like somebody on the fucking plane that knew how to, like a doctor or something. I wonder how that went down. The couple told the Australian news program A Current Affair on Sunday. They did everything they could, but unfortunately the lady couldn't be saved, which was pretty heartbreaking to watch, Ring said. Yeah, jeez. Heartbreaking. I mean, shocking. Like, confusing. Like, all the emotions you would feel in that moment. Man, yeah, that would be a crazy experience. Ring said that the flight crew then put the woman's body in an empty seat next to the couple for the remaining 4 hours of the flight. Yeah, I mean, why didn't they change? I mean, it must have been a full flight. Otherwise, they would have just changed seats themselves and been like, can we sit somewhere else? I mean, in that situation, wouldn't you offer those motherfuckers first class seats if you have them? Like, what the fuck? They looked a bit frustrated, then they just looked at me and saw seats were available beside me. My wife was on the other side. We were in a row of 4, Ring said. They said, can you move over, please? And I just said, yes, no problem. Then they placed the lady in the chair I was in. So he had to give up his fucking aisle seat too? What if he has to go to the bathroom? You probably don't want to risk it. Who knows what's going on in there? I mean, he was a gentleman about it. And then he goes on the news and complains. I don't know if he's really complaining. I don't know if they're really complaining. But I mean, wow. In that situation, what do you do? I mean, you're already in shock. You just saw some lady fucking keel over in front of you. I mean, having her sitting next to you, is that really gonna fuck you up even more? I mean, I couldn't look at her. Right? I mean, I would be like, is there a Rush Hour 3? I don't even know if there is. I mean, I'd be fucking flipping channels. Do we get a free movie? I mean, goddamn, can I get some more peanuts over here? Like, I feel like you're entitled to a little bit of something if you're like the fucking babysitter for the body. Like, jeez. Qatar Airways, which is owned by the Qatari government, said in a statement Wednesday, our thoughts are with the family members of the passenger who sadly passed away on board a recent Qatar Airways flight from Melbourne, Australia. Yeah, I mean, that's like an odd situation, especially lately. We've had a lot of like plane incidents. Like, I don't really like planes anyway. I've flown to Florida and back once and I'm good. I don't really feel like I want to fly ever again, especially with this is just a whole new nightmare. I mean, you're thinking about a plane crashing and everybody dying, you know what I mean? In the perfect situation, you crash land on an island and you fucking, you know, you got a little whole Gilligan's Island thing going. But the reality is you're gonna die. You know what I mean? But to have somebody just die in front of you, like a passenger, and then kind of like be responsible? Like, what if the body falls over? Are you grabbing it? It's so crazy. We've been in contact with the family of the passenger who passed away to express our condolences on their loss, the statement said. Well, it sounds like, I mean, what do you do if you're Qatar Airlines? I mean, jeez, like, you're just kind of like, what? Please, this is something that they don't want to happen. I feel like there should be like a protocol, though. I think if you're like somebody at that airline, I feel like, and now that this has happened, I feel like you have to, you know what I mean, do a little detective work and a little pre-planning now that now it's a possibility that this could happen. I feel like it can't possibly be the first time that this has happened. People have died on planes before, right? Has to have. The amount of flights and the amount of people, and especially old people and sick people that have been on planes. This can't be the first time this has happened. Maybe for this specific airline, but I feel like there's got to be a protocol. There's got to be like, I'm cargo bay? I mean, isn't it like throw them on a shelf in a cargo bay? I mean, there's got to be something. The airline did not immediately return requests for comment about the deceased passenger's identity. Yeah, they're not trying to put their shit out there. Let the family find out first before you fucking start putting the shit on the news, telling reporters. Crazy. The couple said the flight crew would not let them change seats for the rest of the flight and asked them to remain seated as medical staffers addressed the body upon landing. They added the Qatar Airlines did not offer them any support after the fact. Wonder why like, it's one thing to find a place for the body, but you're really not going to try to let these people move to a different seat? You have to know it's fucked up. Unless the plane was full. But if the plane's not full, then this is kind of fucked up. And they didn't offer them any support after that. They probably wanted a discount. I don't want to blame them. I mean, they didn't probably provide them with like psychologists and shit. Some therapy. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, a person could die in the street or in a restaurant, and is that restaurant like would they be ordered to like offer support to their customers just because a patron died on their property? I mean, I get it with like schools and stuff, and then maybe like if there's like a school shooting or something, and that the police offer something like that. But I don't know about if the airline should be responsible for like counseling in this kind of a situation. I don't know. That's crazy. I mean, they definitely should have let them move. If that was possible, they needed to let these poor people move. Like, what the fuck? They have a duty of care towards their customers as well as their staff. We should be contacted to make sure. Do you need some support? Do you need some counseling? Ring said. Yeah. I mean, this is like, these people are raking in billions of dollars. So maybe like, yeah, but are you gonna do just these people or everybody on the plane or? I don't know. I'm not so certain that the airport owed these people anything other than to let them move and maybe a discount, maybe some extra peanuts. I don't know. They deserve something. They definitely should have been able to move, even if they had to go like. Put them in first class if it was possible, or even let them sit back. I don't know what the area is called behind the cockpit where the plane ladies get refreshments around and stuff. I mean, I'm just picturing that from movies and stuff. I don't even know what that looks like, but we should have let them people move. That's kind of fucked up. Qatar Airways said on Wednesday that they spoke with the affected passengers to address their concerns. Oh, so they said that they did do this. And these people are saying they didn't? But I don't know what day this happened on or when these people are being interviewed, because this could have happened afterwards. This could have happened after the fact. Well, they said, oh, they didn't talk to us, but then like a couple days later they did talk to them. So I don't know about that. The couple's final destination was Venice, Italy, and they said they are still trying to salvage their trip. I mean, that's not a bad place to salvage a trip, man. It would be nice if you had a couple extra bucks spending money. I do think that these people deserve, especially since they didn't let them move, that they do deserve like some kind of discount. Like, geez, man. That's a traumatizing thing. I can't even imagine. It's one thing to see somebody keel over, and then have to sit next to a dead body for 4 hours on a fucking plane. It's just like like wobbling back and forth and shit. Oh my god. Like, I would be going through it. They'd have to move me. I'd throw a fit. Like, this guy said, oh yeah, sure, whatever. I don't know who he was being respectful of. The lady's dead. Unless he was just trying not to be that guy. I'd have totally been that guy. I'd have been like, I'm sorry. I'm not sitting here. This is a dead fucking body. And they should have, these people got a raw deal, that's for sure. I'm trying to make the best of a pretty hard situation, but you know, we're on holiday, so we're really trying to have a good time, Colin said. Yeah, I mean, dude, I have fucking pretty vivid dreams about, like, if I binge watch a show, that night I'll dream about that show. I'll never stop dreaming about the dead lady on the fucking flight to Venice. Like, I'll never forget that shit. I'll dream about that shit for months. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if they should be required to offer counseling. They should have let them move. My only guess is that it just wasn't possible. Right, just that they were like stuck. They didn't have any seats to spare. And they just weren't prepared for this kind of situation. And even if there is like a protocol, that doesn't mean that this specific flight crew has ever dealt with a dead body on the plane. And so maybe they were just a little wet behind the ears. I don't know. Fucked up though. But yeah, they'd have to move me, man. I'd be like, dude, I'm cool with just standing over there. You know what I mean? I'll hang out in the cargo bay. Just give me something to strap myself down on. I'm not sitting for 4 hours next to a dead body. There's just no way. They deserve it. These people deserve a discount or something. Or a free flight. Would they ever fly on fucking Qatar again? But Qatar, I mean, they have to prepare their flight crews for better than this, too. Like, that kind of comes back on them. Right? Shit rolls downhill, and these people should have been prepared to deal with a situation like this. Because, I mean, regardless of what happens from here on out, this couple is definitely going to avoid that, the Qatar Airways if they can. Because they're just, I mean, bad vibes, man. The worst vibes. Just when you think you've heard it all. Jesus. Let me know what you think about this crazy ass story in the comments. But that's all I have for now. I'll catch you on the next one. Later.